Billy Beane has such an inspiring story, and it shows how things don't always go as planned. To survive such a competitive sport, just like baseball, plans change, and your biggest accomplishments might be something that you never envisioned. In 1980, a man named Billy Beane was drafted by the New York Mets. He was a highly touted prospect in high school, and at the age of 18, he was first round draft for the New York Mets. This is when he decided to leave college and spent most of his 80s in the Mets minor league system. Then he was traded to the Minnesota Twins in 1985, then to the Detroit Tigers, and then to the Oakland A's. He had such a struggle maintaining his numbers on the field. And in 1989, he reached his high point. He became a member of the Oakland A's champions. This is when he decided to resign from baseball and start his new life as on the manager team for the Oakland A's. This is where he stood out and became who he is today. First, he started out as a baseball scout. He spent 3 years doing this. And then he was promoted in 1993 as assistant general manager. In 1997 is when he became general manager. He put together winning teams with a fixed budget. The thing he studied the most and was interested in was sabermetrics. This focuses on players in the games, not just the statistics of home runs and strikeouts. It puts it all as a whole, including fielding and performance, within each game, not throughout the year. This is what he embraced. This seems bizarre, but his success speaks for itself. Under his management, the A's been to the playoffs 8 times since 2001, and then won 4 American League West titles. The players' salaries were between $30 to $80 million. In 2014, slightly spent a little over $80 million. But as a comparison, the New York Yankees spends over $100 million on players since 2001 and exceeded the salary cap limit over $200 million on players. Billy Beane crafted teams that could compete and win against teams that were paid 4 to 5 times more. The Oakland A's have the longest win streak in the MLB at 20 games, all done in 2002, with a payroll of just under $40 million. Big market teams like the New York Yankees, the Boston Red Sox, and the Los Angeles Dodgers, who always have an unlimited supply of money that they could spend on their players. Compared to the small market teams like the Kansas City Royals, the Milwaukee Brewers, and the Oakland A's, had to set a budget because they didn't have the revenue to support their players. Billy Beane's style was so inspiring that a book called Moneyball was written in 2003 about his story, and then it was filmed in 2011, starring Brad Pitt and Jonah Hill. Billy Beane was named Sporting Executive in 1999, won Baseball America's in 2002, award was MLB Executive of the Year. Also in 2009 of December, Sports Illustrated placed Beane number 10 of a list of top 10 general managers and executives of the decade in the sporting world. Even though Billy Beane seemed like his career was set as a baseball player, it didn't pan out. As a child, he was a beyond great baseball player and had so much passion for the game. But once he got into the bigs, it just didn't work. He couldn't handle it. So keeping up with his passion and love for the game, he was led into a different path and exploded behind the scenes as a general manager, while working his way up to a general manager, and now one of the top 10 executives in MLB.
Thank